Livewire is back and possibly a hero now, 2 more characters return to save the day, and Lois and Jimmy travel to space to rescue Superman. Let's review episode 7 of My Adventures with Superman and see what we think. Spoilers ahead. My favorite thing about this episode is they brought Livewire back, because I love Livewire. This show made her so freaking cool. Like, I honestly prefer her over the Livewire in the OG animated series. But with this episode, she was portrayed as a hero. Well, technically an anti-hero, but she was one of the good guys, and I dug it. It adds more depth to her character, because yes, she is a professional criminal, but she has morals, she has a code of honor, so when she came back at the end to rescue the team from the Metallo robots, I was super hyped. If this show decided to transition Livewire from a villain to a hero, I think I would be cool with that. Also, Livewire is dating Heatwave right now. I'm a sucker for romance, so if we can get the story of how that happened onto the screen, that would be great. Warner Brothers, let's get it cooking. Speaking of romantic couples, Mallah and the Brain are back too, and I enjoy them. I think they're hilarious. I love how they kept wanting to make modifications to the spaceship, especially the Brain, who just desperately wants to choose violence. Deep down, the Brain really wants to be a supervillain, but I'm happy that he's not. But the main point of this episode was Lois and Jimmy getting the help they need in order to steal a spaceship and rescue Superman. And what I love about this episode is that it once again shows how capable that these two characters are. Even without Superman, they're able to handle themselves in dangerous situations. And I really like that because it gives them more worth than just being the best friends of Superman. They convinced the supervillain to help them, they avoided being shot and sliced to death by Deathstroke, and they were able to escape a group of killer Metallo robots. Like, yeah, Lois and Jimmy earned my respect. Oh, we also get more Lex Luthor and Amanda Waller in this episode, and in this episode, Lex Luthor is testing the Metallos that he's developing on Jimmy and Lois, and what gets me really excited is that they're teasing that Lex is continuing to find a new power source for the Metallos, which I'm assuming is the kryptonite that Amanda Waller has. So that must mean eventually we are going to get a legit Metallo supervillain in this series. Because I'm not a fan of the big group of robot Metallos. Like, I want the OG Metallo in this series, and this episode got me thinking we're gonna get him. Overall, despite Superman not being in this episode, it was still really enjoyable. I loved seeing Livewire, Mallah, and the Brain make a comeback, and I can't wait to see what happens now that they've found Kara Zor-El out in space. Like, what's gonna happen next? I don't know. I love this show. With that being said, episode 7 is getting a solid 4 out of 5 crop tops. It's great. But what did you think of episode 7 of My Adventures with Superman? Let me know down in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video and you want to see more, Superman punch the like button and then click on the boxes right here, and I'll see you in a bit.